Sam, nothing this week. We'll kind of take it week to week right now with him, so we'll be slow to go with both those guys you just mentioned.
So is that week to week?
Yeah, week to week. Yeah. Wouldn't expect anything through this week, and then we'll revisit next week. But give him time. Him and Trey both time to recover. They're known quantities what we got in them, so not going to rush either one of those guys back.
Is that's more of a precautionary timetable?
Yeah. Yes, 100%. Yes, if it was a different time of year, absolutely that timeline would change. But right now, we'll dive more into that next week.
After watching film of Tuesday, how do you think things performed?
I think he's coming along nicely. Again, it's just one day in pads, so I'm going to be slow to speak on him. But in terms of knowing what to do and how to do it and having the right demeanor through everything, I've been pleased with that.
How valuable is it that veterans like Sam and Trey out, also trying out Matt Miles?
Yeah.
Just to be able to get all the discussion.
It is. It's good for everybody. It's good for the team. Obviously we like it when guys are healthy and able to do, what they're going to do. But the silver lining in it is getting a lot of young guys, a lot of reps, and that's a good thing for the depth of our team right now.
Zach, do you find yourself?
I'll let Kelsey go, and then I'll come back to you.
Do you have an idea of which game you think that the starters are going to play in preseason?
The first game, I've got targeted the first game. I'm not setting anything in stone right now, but I'm optimistic that that's where it's trending right now for our team, and then we'll make decisions after that. But this isn't something I've loosely talked to some of the guys. It's not something I've advertised with the team or anything, but I think a week and a half away, that's what's in my head right now.
Because you have joint practices as well.
There's a lot. We just want to get a lot of work in, and it really is. With games and joint practices, there's not a ton of practice time once you start playing your first game against Tampa Bay. Really, if you look at the calendar, there's just not a lot before final cuts. And so just trying to make sure our team is prepared for the first week of the season. What work do we need to get done? And so these games factor into that.
Having joint practices at home in a row of back-to-back weeks, that simulates a lot of things, the travel and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Is that part of it?
It is. The travel to Chicago is different because we don't travel like that days in advance, and so there's more free time and things like that. That's good team building. I think that'll be a good chemistry trip for us. It does break up the camp, the monotony of camp. At that point, we would have been in for 3 weeks, and so I think it's going to fall right for our team and what we need at that time.
With since when Mims is out there, I know you're usually watching, quarterback play.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself drawn to him?
No.
Right now to try just out of curiosity almost?
No, I mean there's things I'm looking for from a certain guy and a certain play, but more so the big picture when you're watching. You have so much time to watch the tape, so we get the chance to get through all that. So in the moment, it's more the big picture scheme on both sides, and where the ball is going as the play caller typically. So you get a chance to kind of watch the point of attack, how people are handling that.
What can you see in these practices and preseason games to make you more comfortable starting a rookie potentially on opening day to protect Joe Burrow?
He's going to get plenty of work. Going to get plenty of work against veteran guys that we've got on our team, against talented players on other teams, with the joint practices and the preseason games. So I think for all of our rookies, they're going to get plenty of opportunity to show that I should be a starter, I should be a key backup, or I should play special teams for this team. And so there's going to be so much opportunity here in the next 3 weeks, all right on top of each other, that it'll naturally shake itself out.
Could he get some time moves beyond the first move, or he get moves for the second?
That's a possibility.
Zach, as you try to replace a guy like Kyler Boyd, who's so reliable, how confident are you in really all the guys competing for what could be that third best catch pass?
There's experience there. There's guys that have more experience than others. There are guys that are getting up to speed really quickly, and you can't replace the intuition of TB. TB just knew the nuances and when the ball was coming, how to set up defenders inside, because it's a little bit different in there. So the word replace is tough, because I've got so much respect for what Tyler did for so long and at such a high level. And so these guys are trying to fill that role. They're big shoes. It can look different than it used to look with TB. Maybe it begins to change a little bit. But I've really liked what those guys are doing in there. I can list several that are making really strong impressions, so I'm not going to name names, but a lot of guys that are doing a really nice. I think the receiver group as a whole is really the depth of that group has really stepped up and made things pretty good on the quarterbacks.
Along those lines, Zach, you guys go out and sign Butler, bring him in. He's got experience.
Yeah.
Can you look at it as you can never have too much depth in that group?
Yeah, I think if there's a talented player out there like Hakeem, I mean, I was listening to him on the radio play for the St. Louis Battlehawks when AJ was throwing the ball. I was actually had my phone on video and was listening to the play-by-play and sending it to AJ so he could hear it after the game, what the announcers were saying about him. I was driving to Indiana, I think, for a basketball tournament. I thought that would be fun. And so Hakeem, they were talking about Hakeem Butler, and just coincidentally our scouts were the ones that brought him in. But, they were loving him up, and I know he had a great year. And I remember when he came out of Iowa State, I'm a Big 8 guy at heart. So anytime someone's coming out of Iowa State, I'm always a little partial to that. But he's done a nice job. He's made good impressions, and he's working hard at it, and he fits in with a group that works really hard, and Troy's done a good job with those guys.
Young players are always up in the bid.
What's that?
Young players are always up in the bid to show what they have. For you to give them an opportunity at the end of the first half of practice, have those snaps to go live.
Yeah.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
Yeah, we're going to find some ways to create some juice at the end of practice, on a hot day when it's a long day and create some energy there. And so, maybe a little bit more of that than we've done in the past. I'm not going to say it's too much because these guys got to be ready for these games and things like that. But, some things to liven it up a little bit. Jeff, I know you're yelling.
Yeah, well, thank you. Charlie Jones was saying he had bulked up. And I wondered if he says he has back doing it, but did he notice a difference in him as far as strength or,
He's playing faster. Okay, so forget about the strength. I think that's naturally. I know that he made a point of emphasis with Joey to let's get stronger. That's natural, coming out of college and having to play receiver against the physicality, especially in this division. But we also notice he can play tougher and faster because he knows what to do. In year one, your head's spinning a little bit, and I've really seen Charlie. We highlighted a play that he made today in the team meeting because you're seeing the confidence take over for him. He knows what to do, and so now he can focus on the nuances of how to do it as opposed to what route am I running, what is the coverage. And so he's playing much faster and making a lot of plays for us, and he is a guy that I think has really had a solid start to camp. It was just the other day in a team period. He ran a through route, middle field open, and caught a through ball.
Would you say the same for Andre?
Yeah, Andre's too. You can look at those guys together. They're both second-year players that I think things have really slowed down for them, and we're really counting on both guys to step up and play key roles for us.
Obviously, we see it's not happening Pearson in practice, but in the time that you've gotten into undrafted, how has your mental team been kind of y'all's success, and also kind of how much of an asset has he been for you given what he's been?
It's a great web. I have a ton of confidence in him. Our team has a lot of confidence in him. He's come through clutch for us in really big moments. You've seen with the variety of kicks we've attempted with him, that speaks to the confidence, and so he's a big part of our team.
What was it in previous years that made you so hesitant to do things like live periods at the end of practice? Has something changed now to change your mind about that?
It's just what are you getting out of these periods? So again, the structure of practices has been similar over the years, and so now we're really getting a shot to test our depth and let those guys rise quickly. Some of those guys that you're trying to learn more about might be able to stand out in a period where it's live contact, and how do they play when they're not just fitting up and thudding up on guys. And so I think maybe it's an opportunity to quicker assess some guys that are newer or depth pieces right now and see if they need to rise or fall before we even get into these preseason games. And they'll get plenty of opportunity to do it all, but kind of gives us a sneak peek of what to expect.
How do you improve the run defense this year? Will the rookie defensive tackles play a big role in that?
We'll see. They have to earn that opportunity. Sheldon's a veteran guy that we've added to the mix that's got great awareness and is going to be a big piece of our defense. Expect Zach Carter and guys like that to continue to come on. And then you've got rookie guys that we drafted them for a reason, second, third round, because we thought a lot of them. It's up to them to see how quick they get up to speed and can fit into our defense and play. I think adding 2 veteran safeties, people think of, okay, safety and corner pass. No, these guys are such an impact on our run defense from a communication standpoint, from an alignment standpoint, taking things away, to how quickly they fit in the run, to their ability to tackle. I mean, two Von Bell and Geno Stone are two known quantities there. So I really feel like the defense has an opportunity to step up in the area you mentioned in the run defense. I'm excited to get off and running this year and see how they do.
Specifically, where can Zach Carter improve?
I think as a whole, he's gotten opportunities, and so now he's going into a big year for him where he gets to compete for a bigger role. It's fair game for everybody that's in there, and so again, just continue to make plays, and so far so good. I think he's done a nice job these first couple days of camp, and just keep building on that.
What do you enjoy most offensive meeting room? The role for pitcher, Brandon Riscotti.
Yeah.
Is there a new energy?
It's a different energy. It's a new opportunity for a lot of guys. I think that I'd put our staff up against any staff in the NFL. And you're asking specifically about the offensive staff. Absolutely, man for man. The quality of teaching that those players get in those position rooms, the energy they bring to the staff, the energy they bring to presenting. I think today and yesterday, almost every coach on our offensive staff got up and presented in front of the offense, and they all have the unique traits that make them really good presenters and make them worthwhile to get up there. And I don't just put people up there that I think are going to bomb and not do well. It's extreme confidence in these guys, and they've earned the opportunity. And every time you give them an opportunity, they knock it out of the park, and they deserve more opportunity. We just got too many good coaches you got to parse all that out. So once the season gets, you pull it back a little because you're more focused on certain voices. But our staff is incredible. I'm lucky as the head coach to have a lot smarter people working with me, and so again, it just speaks volumes about the staff that we've got.
Last year there was an issue defensively with missed tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a correlation with that and the emphasis on live tackling drills, or is it more of an evaluation you're making?
Everything's pieced together. Everything needs to improve on our football team. We went 9-8, so everything on offense needs to improve. Everything on defense needs to improve. Everything we're doing in this camp is focused on making us a better team than last year. And so we don't forget anything that maybe we did poorly or was perceived as a weakness last year. We got to improve on all of it. Tackling's part of that. And so, again, everything is being emphasized right now.
How can the under center maybe a little more help with creating more explosive plays back to back? How do you feel like it increased, if any?
I think, we put a lot of time and effort into what's the best offense for us and how do we capitalize on the pieces we got. And we do a lot of different things to take advantage of that personnel, and so we continue to work on that every day.
Your young players on the back end, seem to be playing fast.
Yeah, they're competing. Yeah, I think you ask about Andre and Charlie, so we just can stay on topic with, second, third year players, with DJ and Dax and Jordan and Tyson Anderson will continue to get to work in. And so I think it's exciting to watch things slow down for all those guys. And you draft a talent and you're excited about it. And the rookie year can be difficult. There's highs and lows and all that. And now you get a chance to see it even out. The talent take over, the instincts take over. They get to play faster because they know what to do. We got a lot of veterans on the side of that ball that can help them play faster as well with the communication. And then that helps up their learning too, because they're not just hearing it from Chuck and Jordan and Betch, and they're hearing it from Vaughn and Gino and Mike and Logan and Jermaine and all those other guys in the back end and Cam. So I just think it speeds up everybody's process when you have all these veterans that are helping coach on the field live during. I stand back behind Skelly because I want to hear Vaughn yell out all of our routes as they're happening, and that's not because he's seen a script or it's just because he's got such a high level of, okay, this formation's got to be it's got to be one of two things, and he's able to coach up everybody as they're going, and the communication is so fast that everyone's on the same page, and it's fun to watch, and it iron sharpens iron, and it makes our guys fit into tighter windows and have to be detailed with the routes, and every little nuance matters, and it's a lot of fun just to watch a drill like 7-on-7 and watch the high level of play that's happening that maybe to the crowd isn't anything crazy, but it is chess piece versus chess piece, and a lot of fun to watch right now.
How about Josh Newton? He certainly doesn't appear to be timid.
No, he's not timid. And, again, it's just learning how we're going to play our defense and the correct leverage and all those things, but he's competing his tail off. I'll say that about him. And like all the rookies, they'll continue to be highs and lows, but I love his energy. The guy loves football, and he's here for a reason.
Is there anything specifically you're looking for in these next 3 practices that you want to see that at this stage in camp you feel like it's really
I look at it as the next two, really. It's two now. We're getting into better conditioning and, lengthening the length of practice, sustaining drives. So a little more drive work, just not 4 or 5 play drives. Let's start to extend this a little bit and compete. And today will be a big red zone period. Our competition with the red zone that we do will be today. So there's a lot of opportunity these next 2 days to get more of the longer stretches to where we're going to have to get into real football shape where you don't know what play's coming at you. You don't know what play's going to be in your huddle. You got to really respond as opposed to look at the script before practice with your coach and then respond, mentally with some mental toughness on some longer drives.
So that team's scripted.
Some of it will. Some of it's, it's a mixture. Today's a mixture.
Coach, you have, like coaches coming on, like players. We're talking about the synergy of coaches kind of blending in right away with the staff.
Yeah, really good additions on our staff, new coaches. I'll start on offense with Justin Riscati. Brings a wealth of experience as a national champion quarterback, play caller at different levels. Had a great experience working with offensive lines in Denver and Minnesota, but he's a quarterback at heart, so just a huge piece of what we're doing on offense. He's a great voice, done a great job with that role. Also had Jordan Salkin on offense, coming from Oregon, really sharp young coach, eager, problem solver. He's been awesome to be around. Ronnie Regula on defense. He's been a great piece coming from Notre Dame. Had been with Al Golden before, so kind of understood what he was getting into and has really fit in well with the linebacker room. Ben's been awesome on special teams, working hand in hand with Darren. Tons of playing experience, so he kind of knows what these players are going through and what Darren expects, and can kind of stay one step ahead there. And Diamond Simmons in the weight room. Diamond's ton of energy. Really lucky to have him. Really happy how that has played out with the addition of him and with Todd going to Green Bay. And so really excited with the staff that we've got here. And I don't think I forgot anybody. They've all done a great job.